Welcome, and thank you for supporting UIL Academics by serving as a judge for storytelling. In this video, I'll walk you through what to expect, what to listen for, and how to help everything run smoothly. Storytelling is for second and third graders, and many parents and family members come to watch. Because of their age and the structure of the contest, there are more moving parts than in other speaking events. Let's take a look. You will get an event packet. Inside, you'll find directions for running the contest and a plot elements sheet. The plot elements sheet shows the basic themes from the story students will hear. While you won't hear the story yourself, this sheet gives you a general idea of the content, and students must include at least one of these elements when they retell the story. You'll also find a roster with the names and speaking order of students, ballots, one for each student. This is where you'll write your evaluation and scores, and a judge note sheet, where you jot quick notes during the contest. As a judge, you're responsible for keeping the classroom clean and respectful. We're guests on campus and we hope to be invited back. Avoid moving teacher belongings or sitting at their desk. Take a few photos before students arrive so you can return everything to its original spot later. Every classroom looks different, but follow these basics. Sit near the back where you can see both the speaker and the audience. Students may bring up to 2 adult observers. Seat students in the front and observers in the back. Expect more observers than in other contests. This is normal for storytelling. Students will speak in the presentation zone at the front of the room. Stand at the door with your roster and greet each student.
Hello.
Confirm their name and speaking number. Each student may bring up to 2 adult observers. No children, peers, or babies allowed. As students enter, check off their names on the roster. If someone doesn't show by start time, mark them as no-show. If a student arrives who isn't on your roster, it's likely a registration issue. These are rare and must be approved by the tournament director. To avoid a scene, quietly add their name at the bottom and follow up with staff afterward. Each student will wear a numbered tag around their neck. The number matches their order on your roster and determines the order they'll speak. Be sure to distribute the correct tag to each student. Students are listed on the roster in the order they should speak, so student number 1 speaks first, student number 2 goes second, and so on. If you have any no-shows, just skip them and move to the next student. Use the number tags to keep things organized. Once it's time for the contest to begin, close the door and enter the room. Make sure all students and observers are seated in the appropriate areas. Read the directions aloud using the script provided in your packet. You're welcome to add your own style and tone or clarify where needed, but be sure not to skip any important information. This helps ensure all students receive the same directions and understand what's expected. Make sure observers understand they must stay for the duration and cannot leave after their child has performed. Next, let's break things down step by step. After you read the script and answer any questions, you will escort students to a separate storyteller room. This is where students will hear the story read to them that they'll later retell. As noted here on the sample school map, multiple sections of storytelling will go to the same storyteller room. Wait outside the room while the story is being told. Judges do not listen to the story. In the storyteller room, students will hear a story read aloud just once. They may take notes while they listen, so remind them to bring paper and a pencil or pen, not provided by the tournament. After the story, students will have about 5 minutes to continue writing notes before returning to your contest room. Escort students back to your room. Line them up in speaking order outside the door. They may review their notes while waiting, but once it's their turn to speak, notes are no longer allowed. When it's time for the first student to present, invite them into the room while the other students wait in the hall. When the first student is done, send them back into the hall to wait. Then bring in the second student to speak. Repeat this process until all students have presented. For storytelling, there is no minimum or maximum speech time. The children are second and third graders, so speeches usually last 3 minutes or less. As mentioned earlier, students are not allowed to use the notes they took as they present. Do not give verbal or nonverbal cues to the speaker. A calm, friendly smile is okay, but otherwise remain neutral. You'll complete an evaluation sheet during each speech. If you don't finish it during the speech, there will be time to come back to it later. Let's review the storytelling ballot. You will complete one for each student. There are 2 main parts on the ballot. First, a series of yes or no questions to help evaluate the speaker's performance. Second, a section for handwritten, constructive comments. Consider the questions carefully as you fill out the ballot. In the comments section, focus on what the student did well, along with 1 or 2 areas they could improve. This keeps your feedback helpful, encouraging, and easy for young speakers to understand. Remember, your comments help students learn and grow, so kindness and clarity go a long way. After each round, judges complete 2 additional tasks. First, fill out the speech judge notes form. This is for tournament records only. Write each student's name, their rank, and a brief note about their performance. Second, write ranks on the check-in roster. This is your official record. Rank all students from first to last. No ties are allowed. Use your ballots and notes to guide you. Some judges rank as they go by reordering ballots after each speaker. Others wait and decide after all have performed. Either method works. Just stay fair and consistent. Once all students have spoken, thank everyone and let them know they're free to go. A simple thank you all, you're dismissed is perfect. You don't need to collect anything. This isn't a testing event. Students may leave with their notes. Just check the room for any left behind items. Once the room is clear, take your time finalizing ranks and filling out your paperwork. Make sure everything matches across the evaluation sheets, the judge notes form, and the roster. There should be no ties in your final rankings. When you're finished, bring all materials, ballots, the judge notes form, and the roster to the judge room and sign it in with the staff member on duty. They'll review it for any errors. Next, you'll either start preparing for your next round or be given a new task. Thanks for taking the time to complete this training. We appreciate your professionalism and support in making these events run smoothly. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to help.
A special thank you from the heart.
Oh, yeah.